Hey everyone, so it's now halfway into the first month of this new decade. I don't know about you, but planning the future and thinking about my goals has taken a backseat for so long that every time I get an agenda these days, I don't use it to my full advantage. I used to have an agenda every single year since I was in high school and well into graduate school. But once I started my family and had kids, my schedule was no longer my own to keep. It was filled with other people's agendas, mainly my family and kids. My needs became the last priority as I had little ones that depended on me. This is something I'm sure many of you moms can relate to. So let's talk a little bit about what's been on my mind lately. Is repressed emotions and disease. So emotions are feelings that are felt and have a physiological effect in our bodies. So feelings create vibrational frequencies. And when we have good feelings, we have high positive vibrations in our bodies. And when we have bad feelings, we have low negative vibrations in the body. It's important to note that the more we repress or reject our feelings, the stronger they become. Feelings are created by our thoughts. When we're young, we're like a sponge absorbing information all around us, right? When we're babies, we explore our world through our mouths. We put everything into your mouths and learn about our environment through our senses. Our parents or caretakers then begin to place boundaries around us by instilling fear. For example, they would stop us when we place things in our mouths and scream when we're about to topple over or whatever they needed to do to keep us safe. In school, we're taught how to behave, think, and do exactly to cue. But nobody taught us how to feel emotions. Many of us grow up thinking that having feelings and expressing emotions is something we don't do. We learn it's bad to express our feelings because you risk rejection and feeling vulnerable, and that's not a good feeling. So we learn that when we feel, we should repress those feelings. But when we repress these feelings, we need to buffer to avoid the feeling, especially when they are bad feelings. When we buffer our feelings, though, we numb the feelings by instead drinking alcohol, binge watching Netflix, overworking, eating food, shopping, etc. So what are some of the consequences of repressed emotions and lupus? Well, repressed emotions remain in the body to create disruptions in all our systems. They tend to have fragmented energies that can cause a host of dysfunction and symptoms in the body. In energy medicine such as acupuncture and craniosacral therapy, it is thought that such emotions can create blockages in energy channels in our bodies. And learning to feel is something we must learn to do to create balance and homeostasis ultimately in our bodies. I'm learning that everyone who was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition has a history of trauma. Past trauma and its effect on the health. Okay, so we tend to place so much more value on our past traumas than is necessary. No matter how negative a situation was, it doesn't define who we are. But for many of us, we have so many feelings around our circumstances, including shame, guilt, fear, overwhelm, regret, etc., that these feelings tend to halt our future progress. When we have negative feelings, we don't take appropriate actions to improve our situation. We dwell in the past and keep doing more of the same. So the results that we create in your life is pretty much the same. So we silently give up or keep spinning in this cycle of the past, creating the present and the future. But what if I told you that your thoughts about the past are optional? You don't really need to hold on to the story you told yourself about what happened. The truth is that the past is the past and you can't change it. It's only alive in your mind. There's no upside to reliving that past. Really think about this. If the past is only present in your mind, you can alter your thoughts to rewrite your story and create a better feeling that will have you creating a better result and a better future. No matter how horrific your past was, it's your mind that's making it mean something and letting it define you. This is the blind side for most people. We were never taught to think or feel. But if you really understand that, you can choose better thoughts and choose to feel better. That's all it takes. But you may look at me with confused eyes. We're conditioned to believe a certain truth, and we live our lives confirming our beliefs. Our beliefs are repeated thoughts in our minds that become the truth for us. But I want to challenge you. Is your truth really the truth? What are you holding on to that's not serving you anymore? So let's learn to feel, because that's the key to healing. So life is a paradox. Those who seek love don't find love. Those who don't seek love find love. Learning to feel is being able to sit with whatever feeling that you have and actually experiencing them without the need to buffer. We're taught to avoid feeling bad so much so that we can't sit long enough to feel the pain. We drink or take meds to take the edge off, and when we do this, we run away from the potential to heal and grow. When we don't feel our feelings, they become bigger in our lives to create more negative experiences. They keep perpetuating because the feelings continue to pile up in our psyche, and we become conditioned to avoid the feelings. It's like hoarding all the junk in your home for so long that the home is no longer functional. It's like a clogged toilet. It's full of waste that's got nowhere to go, so it becomes a stale and unusable toilet. I know my analogy is getting a bit weird, but you get my point. So let's learn about how to open yourself to feel. So learning to feel means letting the feelings go through in your body. When you begin to feel, you'll stop being scared to feel and understand that this new perspective is readily available for you. Open yourself to new experiences by being curious. Remind yourself that you're just exploring and keep yourself from making an immediate judgment about any new circumstances. Welcome them and understand that circumstances can't hurt you. Lupus can't hurt you. It's your thoughts about lupus that make it so. I used to feel broken because of lupus. It wasn't until I realized lupus is the reason why I'm doing the work to put this blog out and trying to help those of you without a voice to begin your health journey was a revelation for me. Lupus allowed me to be healthier and regain clarity about who I am, what I do, and why I do what I do. This can be the same for you. I hope you begin to explore your full potential by learning to feel. Did you know you can work with me? I created a health coaching program to help you drastically turn your health around called the Lupus Health Revolution. This is where I guide you through a process of change by coaching you day to day, month by month for 12 months to get you to your full potential. So I really want you to click below to join. And no matter where you are in your self-healing journey, I hope you keep finding courage to show up as your best self. Growth is optional, but absolutely necessary to win big with lupus, simply because you can. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our newsletter on lupusrebel.com, our YouTube channel, Dr. Connie Gian, and our podcast, Health Made Easy on iTunes. And I would love, love, love your review on iTunes. It makes it so that it's readily available to those who are seeking some inspiration and motivation. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at Lupus Rebel for all the news and updates. I'll see you guys soon.